Logan Barrett, a guarded and methodical millionaire, visited the grave of his ex-wife expecting only silence and a sense of finality. He wasn't looking for redemption, only a symbolic gesture, laying lilies at the feet of a memory that had long stopped haunting him. But as he approached the gravestone, something stopped him in his tracks. A boy, no older than 6, sat nearby in a wheelchair, a folded letter clutched in his trembling hands. He looked up at Logan and said, "My mom wrote this for you." That voice, small yet unwavering, pierced deeper than any accusation. Logan's breath caught. He hadn't anticipated this. The graveyard, once quiet and detached, now pulsed with something raw, something unresolved. The morning had begun like countless others. Cold espresso, silent screens, a penthouse humming with the kind of emptiness wealth couldn't decorate away. Logan had almost ignored the calendar reminder, Elaine's memorial. It had been 8 months since her passing, longer still since their love had died, dissolving quietly under boardroom schedules and bitter silences. But something about this day gnawed at him. Perhaps the dream, Elaine standing still in the fog, not speaking, only watching him with eyes that once pleaded, now judged. He wore the only black suit he hadn't donated and climbed into the waiting sedan. The cemetery lay far from the towers and noise of his city life. Out here, trees breathed deeply, and the wind had stories to tell. He walked past mourning families and weathered headstones, clutching a bouquet of lilies, her favorite, though she might have scoffed at the gesture now. Her stone was modest, just like she was. Elaine Carter Monroe, it read. Beloved mother. Fierce soul. No mention of him. She'd reclaimed her maiden name. That omission landed like a slap. He placed the flowers at her base, knelt stiffly, and let his hand drift over the engraving. For one fragile moment, he felt still. Then came the soft sound. A sniffle. At first, he thought it was the breeze catching the edge of a leaf. But there it was again. When he turned, he saw the boy. Dark skin, oversized hoodie, oversized eyes filled with unshed tears. He sat beside the neighboring stone like he belonged there. In his hands, a letter. His gaze fixed on Logan without flinching. She told me you might come, the boy said. Said I should give you this. Logan didn't move. Couldn't. The letter trembled between them like a bridge suspended by invisible threads. What's your name? Logan asked finally, his voice dry. Grayson. Grayson. The name hit something in the back of Logan's mind, but it refused to resolve. Elaine had never told him about a child. After the divorce, their interactions had been transactional. Polite at best, clipped at worst. How did you know Elaine? Logan asked carefully. She was my mom, Grayson replied. A beat passed. Logan's knees gave way slightly, and he sank to sit on the edge of the stone base. She said you were supposed to be my dad. The words didn't explode. They landed like lead. Heavy. Inevitable. Logan's hand shook as he reached for the letter. Elaine's handwriting was unmistakable. Neat, deliberate, almost too elegant to be real. Just his name on the front, Logan. No, dear, no flourish. Just the truth, straight and sharp. Did she give this to you before Logan couldn't finish? Grayson nodded. A week before. Said you needed to know. Logan opened it slowly, each fold like peeling back a layer of years he had buried deep. The first sentence struck like lightning. If you're reading this, I'm gone. And it's time you knew. He looked up, unable to continue. She said it would explain everything, Grayson murmured. Said you wouldn't understand at first. Understand what? Logan croaked. That you were supposed to be my dad. Logan's mind raced backward. Dates, timelines, memories. Their last night together. The weeks after. Could it be? Would she have kept that from him? Why didn't she tell me? She was scared, Grayson said, plainly. Said you'd argue. That you'd leave. Logan's jaw clenched. He wanted to deny it. To shout that he would have stayed. But he wouldn't have. Not then. He was too wrapped in himself, too drunk on ambition. The next page was more personal. Raw. Elaine had written. He was born with a rare condition. Spinal muscular atrophy type 2. I didn't tell you because I didn't want pity. I didn't want to explain. I just wanted to protect him. And maybe protect myself. Logan's eyes burned. He read about sleepless nights, surgeries, birthdays spent in hospital wings. Every milestone marked without him. Every smile captured on a phone he'd never seen. He has your stubbornness. My heart. He's brilliant, Logan. And brave. Braver than both of us. Grayson was watching him again. Quietly. I asked about you a lot, he said. She told stories. Didn't say your name. Just that you were a traveler. A man chasing big things. Logan closed the letter gently. I missed everything, he said. You can still be here, Grayson replied. It wasn't forgiveness. It was a choice. Logan didn't speak for a long time. The cemetery no longer felt like a place of endings, but a threshold. One that offered him a chance not to undo the past, but to start again. Are you hungry? He asked. I know a place that serves pancakes. Grayson nodded, slowly. I like pancakes. They drove in silence, but it wasn't awkward. Just unfamiliar. Logan found himself watching the boy, the way his hands danced across the wheelchair's controls, how he observed the world with quiet precision. They sat in a booth and ordered. Grayson drowned his pancakes in syrup. Logan drank his coffee black, more out of habit than need. They talked. About books. Space. Cartoons. And somewhere in the middle of a joke about aliens, Logan laughed, genuinely, for the first time in years. Back at the hotel that night, after Grayson fell asleep watching cartoons, Logan unfolded the rest of the letter. You always measured things in ROI, but you never calculated love. You missed our anniversary twice, Logan. Once, you sent flowers with the wrong name on the card. I still kept them. That's how much I wanted to believe in you. But belief dies quietly. And when it's gone, all that's left is surviving. Logan clenched the letter, guilt flooding in waves. I didn't tell you about Grayson because I knew what you'd say. You'd ask for proof. You'd want control. I needed love, not leverage. He needs it, too. If you can give him that, even now, do it. Not for me. For him. And maybe for you. The next morning, Logan returned to the modest home Elaine had bought years ago. A neighbor named Mrs. Redmond greeted him kindly. She showed him Grayson's room, his old toys, the hospital bed Elaine had used in her final weeks. She handed Logan a video message Elaine had recorded just days before her death. If he's watching this, she said, frail but fiery, then he stayed. And that means there's still hope. Logan watched, unmoving. When it ended, he whispered, I'm sorry, Elle. I'm here now. He wasn't looking for redemption anymore. Only for purpose. The days that followed blurred into new rhythms. Logan helped with Grayson's therapy. He read bedtime stories. He burned cookies trying to bake from scratch. He showed up, not as a billionaire, as a father. The media caught wind. They called it a scandal, a fall from grace. Investors panicked. His board demanded explanations. But Logan didn't care. He stepped down as CEO, appointed a successor, told the press nothing. Because Grayson wasn't a PR campaign. He was his son. Months passed. They found their rhythm. Therapy. School. Mornings with hot cocoa. Nights with sci-fi novels and chess. Grayson didn't always talk much, but he listened. Logan learned to speak without trying to impress. One night, Grayson asked, Do you think she'd be proud of you? Logan hesitated. I think. I'm becoming someone she might have been proud of. The boy nodded. Good. Because I am. 6 months after that first graveyard meeting, they returned to Elaine's headstone. Grayson placed a letter at its base. Thank you, Mom. He found me. Logan stood beside him, tears falling freely. And for the first time, he didn't feel like he was mourning a loss. He was honoring a beginning. And he wasn't walking away again.